Slani everybody, I am Corvus Bruxo Luggenikos and this is Starting Out Solitary. Today we're talking about journeys, physical journeys or vision quests or whatever journey you may take for spiritual reasons. In the previous video, unless somebody uploaded and I didn't notice, Tara talked about vision quests in Native American cultures. I am not American and I live in Spain, which is a country in which we don't have any surviving native ethnicity. So I was thinking about what could I talk about that was different, was a different point of view on this thing. First I thought about Muslims. Our population of Muslims is high. This was territory of Muslim people in the past for like 8 centuries in the past, in medieval times. And we are very close to the African coasts, and the northern African countries are Muslim, so most of our immigration is Muslim as well. And Muslims have this thing that they have to make a pilgrimage to Mecca at least once in a lifetime, and that's interesting. Then I thought that our Catholic customs, or our folk Catholic customs, usually include pilgrimages for spiritual reasons to a hermitage or to a shrine or of a certain virgin, saint, whatsoever. It's spread all over Spain and Portugal as well. In Andalusia, which is where I lived, it's an autonomous community but also a historical region. It's very common to do pilgrimages to the shrine of a certain virgin or particular saint, in particular moments of the year. That's pretty popular here. So I'm not foreign or strange to pilgrimages. Also in northern Spain, you have what is called, I think in English is St. James Way, maybe. In Spanish is El Camino de Santiago, and it's a famous way that you go to St. James Cathedral in Galicia. It's very famous, and now it's a very touristic thing to do. It's not necessarily spiritual anymore, but it's a very famous way that pilgrims did to that cathedral. It has been suggested that this could have been a warrior's pilgrimage for warriors in war bands that were devoted to Lugus. And this is because in northern Spain, Lugus was a pretty popular and very worshipped deity, and it's one of the deities that we have most information about in northern Spain in general, from different tribes. He transcended the one-sided cultural background to be worshipped by different tribes and cultural groups. And it was suggested that this St. James Way follows a trail of stars that is not supposed to be regarded dear in any way by Christians, so it has been suggested that they simply took the same way or the same trail. St. James, which by the way I didn't know, the name in Spanish is Santiago, and I didn't know it was Saint James, but I looked it up and it appears so. Is a saint, and I think an apostle too, that at least in Spain he has a lot of controversy for being excessively mystical, and he has lots and lots of legends about him. Galicia is a place of many legends, Christian or not, and yeah, it could be totally possible. Also, then some northern tribes, we know now that they have astronomic knowledge, so it is totally possible, but there's not any strong evidence for it. But yeah, pilgrimages were a thing, especially for warriors. But there were some cults to specific deities, which apparently also demanded a pilgrimage to his or her sacred place. We can see this with Endobellicus, that the Romans said that the devotee had to sleep in his temple or in his sacred place in order to have dreams that guided them into what they wanted to know. So since his cult and worship is quite widespread in Lusitania, which is kind of modern Portugal, they would have to go to that sacred space. It also happens with Berobreo, which is a Galician deity, which is kind of modern day Galicia again, and he has a sanctuary facing west, facing the ocean, and people from all around did pilgrimages apparently to ask for health and healing to this god, and this apparently passed to Christian folk customs, because today a saint substituted the pagan deity. I can't remember what saint, Saint Andrew maybe, I can't remember, but people go with empty coffins to this place to ask for healing and to avoid death for sickness with these metaphorical empty coffins. So yeah, I haven't done a spiritual journey myself, unless you count my wanderings to the local cliff, in which I live offering to different spirits in the woods, but not of the kind of St. James way or anything like that. But I am totally open to it. It's a very pagan thing to do, and I consider myself a pagan, a polytheist, above anything else, above witch or whatsoever. So it would be a very good thing to do when I can afford it, because usually these spiritual journeys, guided or not, require a lot of money, and I don't have money. So for now I have to local spots of spiritual power and historically remarkable places in my local area will have to suffice, and they suffice for now. I'm pretty happy with them. I don't need to go exotic or anything like that, so I'm pretty happy with what I have for now. But when I move out and when I can afford longer and more expensive journeys, I am totally open to them. And this is all for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry, I just wanted to give a different perspective, because I knew that Americans would probably give the Vision Quest and Native American standpoint or point of view of physical journeys for spiritual reasons. Probably our Aussies will provide some information on whatever Aboriginal people in Australia did, if they did something. So since I'm the only Spaniard in the channel, I wanted to provide an European and particularly Iberian viewpoint on this topic. So I hope you liked it. We'll see each other in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. May the day Wyld and the day Wyld watch over you all. Bye.